school for Iredell Statesville.
Woo!
I knew you'd be excited about that. That's right.
I miss that routine.
Do you?
Yeah, I loved school for my kids and just having that routine. You know, you fall back into just some regular cadence of sanity.
Or insanity.
Insanity.
Depending
Well,
that's exactly
right. Depending.
That's right. So Nicole's here this morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
And we greet all of our good folks from the Greater Statesville Chamber of Commerce. Mm-hmm. Shannon is trying to get her children to school.
Yep. They're first day of school for them also. So you know how that is.
Are they middle school now?
8th graders, big man on campus.
Yeah, seniors.
Yep.
At the middle school. Wow.
Yep.
Big time. Well, we've been playing some back to school songs and stuff like that. So I'll ask you, did you eat breakfast when you were in school? I mean, especially high school. Did you eat breakfast?
No.
See?
No.
Never do.
No
But
breakfast
y'all didn't
in high
either,
school.
did you?
Oh, I did.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was a Pop-Tart person, I'll say.
There you are.
Right?
Grabbed
Yeah.
a Pop-Tart for the
I was
bus.
running 20 minutes late. I'm trying to kind of grab whatever I could or eat whatever I could.
Totally understand. It was always that. It's just enough time to get done, get out. Didn't shave. At least I didn't. There was a guy that was my 9th grade freshman, had a full beard. It was just like, where did you come from? And all the other guys had the little
Sparse.
That's right. Mm-hmm. It was terrible. But those are long gone now.
Those days.
Yeah. Don't
It's
we miss
interesting, because so many families have a span of ages, of their children. And so, one may be going off to high school, another's in middle school. You've got a kindergartner starting. That is, when you think about it, a parent's
Worst nightmare.
yes.
Worst nightmare.
Hello. There you are.
Well, your educational career as a parent is, about
I
can
had
be
one
anywhere.
in college, one in high school, one in middle school, and one in elementary school.
Right? So you're going to be
Not anymore.
Okay. I was going to say.
Getting there.
your
Wow.
career
tough.
as a parent, as an educational parent, is 20 to 30 years sometimes.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
Got lots of fun to look forward to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. You don't look it.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
Luckily, they
That's
can't see us.
I always said that having a boy as my youngest helped keep me young, keep me
feel
on
the
my
same way.
toes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
for me it was.
Okay.
That's what I felt like. But
Well, good.
So, how was your weekend?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Things started drying out. I noticed that most everybody in the world were trying to cut grass.
Yep, quickly.
In our case, it was cutting hay and baling hay in the front because the grass was like that. So, and the lawnmower broke in the middle of all of it. So it's always good.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's welcome to the weekend. How
Yeah.
about yours?
Well, I guess the weekend kind of started on Thursday with the, just the weather the way it was. You're
Yeah.
like, all right, half of the town isn't working. Half of the town didn't have electricity or internet.
Right.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Right? Well, you go home and you wait for stuff to turn back on.
That's
So
right.
that's when the weekend started, I guess.
And then Saturday was a second Saturday stroll in beautiful downtown Statesville.
Yeah, there were quite a few people downtown. We happened
Yeah.
to make it down and hit some of the businesses. It's great to see the businesses collaborating with one another and just create the buzz and, just encourage to bring people down into downtown Statesville.
Did you come through town this morning? Did you come from the office?
No.
Oh, okay. Because ARS starts back today.
That's right. ARS starts back today.
You ever been downtown
So
during-
they bring
Yes.
in about 900 students
Yes.
on a daily basis through town. So in the AM, of course, it's drop off. In the PM, it's pick up. And so our businesses downtown really appreciate some of those families stopping in before or after.
That's right, and that's good. Mm-hmm. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, they're
But if you're just passing through, might go around.
and you're wondering what's
Take
going
a back
on.
street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who did you? Do we want to start with who you brought today, or do we want to start with what's going on with the chamber
well,
first?
let's go ahead and jump into our guests. Yeah, that's
Okay,
super
let's
fun.
jump into them.
So Kristen and Samantha are with Endeavor's Pediatric Therapy, and so they specialize in working with children. I say children, but it's young people also, 0 to like 21 years of age,
Oh,
right?
okay. So you go up to 21. Okay.
We do.
Yeah, and they do comprehensive assessments and customized interventions. So along the lines of and including occupational and physical therapy, speech therapy, family support, and then just consultations. You kind of never know. Sometimes as a parent, you're seeing one child behave differently than the other, and you're like, I'm wondering.
We actually, with Fred Lowry here, a while ago, we were talking about ADHD a little bit, and you have maybe 2 kids that are just, and then one kid that's, and so we were wondering why that is, but that's another topic.
Definitely another topic.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about
All
that
kids
today.
are unique, right?
Probably off
right.
air.
That's right.
Well, share with us a little bit about Endeavors, because you've been a business for quite a while. You were down on Broad Street for a little while, and now you've moved over to Gaither Road. So tell us a little bit about what you've got going on over there.
We have roughly, I think, 15 to 17 therapists. I can't keep up. We keep hiring. But we
What?
have speech therapy. We have, like you said before, we have speech, physical, occupational. We also have feeding therapy. I would say the majority of our kiddos are probably under the age of 5. And then we have a ton of older kiddos who are going back to school now. So we've been around, let's see, it'll be 11 years in January since we started the business. We started in a little itty bitty, I think it was like 500 square foot building off Brookdale Drive.
Wow.
And actually we started in my car before that, but that was even smaller than that. So-
Mobile unit.
Yeah, little mobile unit. So it's been very exciting and humbling to me to watch everything grow. To serve the community. I'll try not to cry, but
Oh, I can imagine.
it's a blessing.
Absolutely.
I love
Yeah.
You're making a huge impact.
I love
on-
what we do. I look around at all of the therapists and all of the kids, and I get very humbled and I feel very blessed for what Statesville and Iredell and all of the supporting communities have done and blessed us with. I often wonder who would serve these kids if we weren't here to do it, and I feel very blessed that it's us.
And so that's Kristen, by the way. Did you mention
Yes.
that? I can't remember.
I did.
Okay. And that's Samantha over there, or Sam.
Yes.
And so you're an OT, which stands for.
Occupational therapist.
Now, when you think of occupational therapy, you think of adults who are out working and they've screwed something up.
Yes,
Fell
yes.
off a ladder. Twisted
It's one of my
their arms.
favorite things to explain because I think a lot of people think occupation, so your job, your
Right,
work.
right.
But what is a child's occupation? A child's occupation is play. A child's occupation is being with their friends. A child's occupation is being able to go to school, being able to access their community, being able to do everything a child does.
Feed themselves. Get
Feed
dressed.
themselves, dress. So an occupation for us, and it varies. I think occupational therapy is the most broad of all disciplines. Honestly, we
Right.
hit from here all the way to the toes.
Yeah.
So, but it's whatever your occupation is at that point in your life. You know, as an adult who has a stroke, your occupation is your work is dressing yourself, bathing yourself, toileting, driving. So those are things that we do whenever we do adult therapy. You know, obviously we're specifically with kiddos. So we dive into what can we do to help you be all that you can be to function with whatever occupational,
Right.
items you're engaging in at that age level.
So, we'll start with Samantha. How did you get into this?
Well, I mean, my whole career, I started out with adults. I moved here from New Jersey. And so when I moved here is when I really got into like the pediatric realm of therapy.
How long have you been here?
2.5 years.
You're practically I guess, what I'm trying to think of,
We'll just say
a citizen, a southern citizen. Welcome to the sunny south.
Oh,
That's right. So you started off with adult occupational therapy.
yeah.
Okay.
And then I worked in a special education school up in Jersey that got me really hooked into what we can do for kids. And then so when I moved down here, it was really my goal to work with kids still. And that's when I found Kristen.
Oh, okay. There you are.
Yes.
And so I'm just trying to wrap my head. We talked a little bit before we went on the air, but it was like, so give me an example of what you would help a child with. They would come in with, give me an example of what problem that you would work on.
I mean, some of the more broader ones are just going to be a developmental delay. So they're like overall delayed in pretty much any skill that they have. So being able to manipulate toys effectively. So like they don't have like the strength or the coordination in their hands or the attention to focus on just playing with age appropriate toys. So it sounds so simple, but it's actually really hard to teach a kid like you're supposed to play with this toy. So
not
really
just look at it.
So it could be something as basic as that. I mean, some of the school age kiddos that we'll work with would be more you'll get the ADHD kids, sensory processing kiddos. So it really looks like we're just playing with them, but everything we're doing is actually for a purpose and to get them more engaged in some of those tabletop school activities they're supposed to do, handwriting, cutting, things like that.
Are these what we termed way back when I was in school as slow? These would be slow children?
Yeah, delayed.
Delayed.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And
we won't
some
go
are
as far
not.
as handicapped. We won't go that to say they're handicapped. I'm just trying to picture the children in my head bone that you're working with.
Autism, ADHD, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome.
Is that not more here? you're working
Neurological?
with? Yeah.
It is. It can be. It depends on the kid. Every kid is different. Every child we can treat 10 children with Down syndrome, and they can be 2 years, 2 months of age, and we're gonna have 10 different kids. So diagnosis to me matters very little. It really is more focusing on what the kiddo's challenge is.
Okay. So, like you said, we've got toys and the child doesn't want to play or doesn't know how to play or whatever, and you are teaching them at least that part. Then you go to the next level
Yes, sir.
and the next level, and they're okay. I got you.
You could be an OT. Good job.
Thanks.
You got
I
this.
appreciate that.
A few weeks ago, we had Gina Terry with Fourth Creek Kinder Music, Fourth Creek Music,
Yeah.
and she just
That was
she helped to
fascinating.
explain, just kind of what Kinder Music basis was and just the importance of just movement and play and interaction and stuff. And I imagine too that you guys do a bit of that with what with what you're doing, because it's the child's occupation to play and in that movement, but there's so much that goes on in those early development years that you just, as a new parent, can be kind of overwhelmed. So what are some of the things that you could instruct parents to why would they want to come in and have an assessment, or why would they maybe stop in and see you?
That's a good question.
I think that's for you, Samantha. She looked at you real hard.
Well, I think it's if as a parent, whenever you start to see something that is a red flag, and some parents will come into us and say, "I've been seeing X for 2 years." That to me is a parent is a child's best advocate, and when you start to see that, or you start to feel that in your heart or in your soul, my strongest advice is immediately have a chat with your child's pediatrician and let them know your concerns, because once that road is crossed, then we can assist the family, because the physicians typically send a referral. My advice as a parent: play with your kids, be involved with your children, get off the electronical devices, please. Interact with them, love them, and give them the attention. You have children, hopefully, for the purpose of being someone who guides them and loves them and gives them structure and discipline. And those are all huge pieces to develop an amazing little human. So, you know, if you have or see anything, please, you know, be your child's advocate. Seek what's best for them, and it'll be best for you in the long run too.
Right, right.
Have any?
So does your pediatrician have to refer you?
Most of the time, depending on your insurance, but majority of the time we would need a pediatrician's referral. Yeah.
Okay. But then if with physical therapy, if we've broken an arm falling out of a tree, or like you got with a baseball, you treat that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely.
We do.
So I don't know what did you do with he broke 3 fingers? I mean, like, or
I hope you're listening, Wyatt.
I didn't mention names.
What did he do?
Yeah.
Baseball
Yes.
to the palm of the hand.
Open hand.
Open hands.
Not a glove.
He did have a glove on, but not correctly.
Ah.
So, anyway,
old
long
is he?
story short, 16.
Okay.
Just had surgery last Wednesday. This is why women have children, not men. I should have videoed the whole thing. I was like, Lord help you, son. Anyway, we're in the recovery zone now.
Oh, goodness. And I can imagine you as an occupational therapist, right? And
And
mom.
he's going to a CHT today.
That's it, yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
here with you guys while he's
right.
at hand therapy. But he's there today, and I assume, knowing what CHTs do, he's having a great session.
He's healing.
I'm
He's
sitting
on the
there,
road to
I'm-
healing.
My hand's hurting. Now
Yeah.
just thinking about it. That's
Yeah.
it.
I was
and-
going to say, tell us what else you've got going on at Pediatric Endeavors, because I know that there's additional branches. You have a nonprofit that you're working on.
So we'll dive into the academy. The academy is a nonprofit that I should let her talk about it. This is her baby. This was her mind, her vision, you know, and it's a phenomenal vision. I'm so excited about what it's going to offer because it's incredibly unique and nothing like it is in the area. So
Yeah, Adaptive Minds Academy. So the whole idea, I mean, we see it so often in the clinic when the kids come in and they're getting close to that school age or they're getting ready to go into kindergarten and the kids aren't ready, the parents aren't ready. It's a lot of times kids that have never been into a daycare or any kind of formal educational setting, and they get thrown into kindergarten and it goes terribly. So that's when this whole idea came about, and what else we could offer as a clinic. So the whole idea is going to be kids maybe 4 to 6 years old, and it's just going to be a very specialized pre-educational setting. So it's very customized to what they need, very tailored to their needs. We'll have all the therapies. So they can get it there, but then also still come into the clinic. So almost like doubles how much therapy they can get. And we'll have like that nursing care. There's so many kids that don't go to a daycare because they can't. They're not allowed, whether it's just they just need seizure medication or your bigger ones that are on different like G-tubes and breathing apparatuses, right? They can't. So most daycares won't take kids like that.
Right.
But we would be able to.
So is it like a preschool?
Yeah. Preschool, so they'll get like
But
that.
specialized.
Yes. Yeah. So it's those kids that can't pretty much go to a regular daycare, and this would be a place for them to get ready to go to school. And so the whole idea would be for them to be able to still go to a public education eventually, but we would just get them more ready, and not set up for failure.
Yeah.
Like really give them what they need because they can really thrive if they're just given the support that they need.
That's
We want to be that
incredible.
support.
it's
Yeah.
really going to be like an all-in-one, you know, and I don't want to spill the beans, but where it's going to be located is going to be even more exciting. So,
Teaser.
yep. So, look forward to that. Seriously, very excited about it. It's going to be an excellent way to help the kids get what they need to get as far as education, nursing, and therapy all in one, and then step into the school so that they're completely prepared and ready.
Will you have any type of liaison with schools so that the schools understand what you've prepared, what and how you've prepared this child to enter and be successful?
I would like to have a social worker on staff. I mean, and so that would really just be more of like the parent support.
Okay.
We might not be able to be in direct contact with the school. It'll depend on how we're able to get everything set up. I mean, being private and a nonprofit, I think it gets a little sticky in terms of how much we're able to like really get them set up with school. But at least that social worker will know the school system, you know what I mean, and be able to at least educate the parents on what they need to do and give them enough time to do it.
Right.
So many people just don't even know the system and don't know how it works, and then they're doing things like way too late.
Yeah.
I fully believe once this is established with established children and patients, that the word is going to get out and it's going to be a community-wide involvement, so that way the schools will be completely aware of the services we're providing. Then we'll have that median of the social worker who can assist the families with the transition to school-based.
Another great partner, I think, in this maybe Iredell Partnership for Young Children, right? Because
Absolutely.
of all the programming that they put on, and they understand, the transition into kindergarten or into the school system, they would be a great partnership.
Absolutely.
And we understand too, just from conversations with the executive director, that preschool age children, there is such a lack of teachers for them right now.
Yes.
That a lot of these kids aren't getting the opportunity to enter into a preschool prior to going to kindergarten, and those are such
The
important
wait list
years.
is through the roof. I
Yeah.
feel so heavy for so many families
Yeah.
that we treat and work with that have their child on a wait list or have had their children on wait lists.
And then if there's a special needs also that impedes them from being
Absolutely.
there, it's twice
Absolutely.
as hard.
Right. It's
Twice
almost
as hard
always
on a
they just
family.
don't have the staff to take care of that person.
Exactly.
And that's sad.
So do you have a launch date for this? When
Sure.
can we look for more
There's your launch
information?
date.
Coming soon.
No, we are in the. There's some stages to go through, obviously, with the legal side and federal side, because it's nonprofit. We've got
Curriculum.
a curriculum. This is your curriculum
That's the
queen
curriculum.
right here.
Right there.
Sam's been working hot and heavy on the curriculum. I think that the curriculum that she's discussed with me sounds great. We're also discussing with some other people who are literally in the business of education about curriculums that are driven and well-rounded for, the special ed.
Right.
But I'm excited, and before we open back up, we'll pop back on.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to
So-
hit the ground running with grant writing for the next about a year or so. I mean,
Right.
grant processes can be so long,
Right.
So it's really gonna depend on how those go.
Right.
But hopefully, it's sooner rather than
Well,
later.
that's super exciting. And what a unique niche. And obviously, just working in your expertise in your field, seeing that need, and then deciding to go ahead and fill that need for our community. That's fantastic. I appreciate it.
And go back to where you're located on Gaither Road.
We are right next to Randy Marion. When I popped all the tires on my Tahoe, I could walk to go let them know I needed a ride.
So
Convenient.
Is that where Dr. Dan used to be? Or I can't.
It is
or
the Farintosh building.
Okay, that's,
Yeah,
that's
we are
in
on
the valley.
We are on the bottom level of the
Okay.
Farintosh building.
Very cool. Now we know where you are.
Yes,
That's nice. It's a
Yes.
beautiful place.
yes, it is. We're very
too.
grateful.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for
Yeah,
taking
Thank you
thanks
as
for
well.
time to tell us
sharing
about
with
it.
us.
And now
We do have another guest.
he's sitting right over there, patiently
Very
waiting.
patient.
He's thinking.
Dude.
I've got an 11-month-old. I play with my. He just shared with us too. This is Marcus Erlinson, and he's with Farm Bureau Insurance. And he had just shared with us. He's like, yeah, I kind of go to work, I work out, and I go home and spend time with my family. So, fantastic.
What kind of therapy do you need?
Probably all of it. All that I can get. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, thanks for being with us, Marcus. Tell us a little bit about your experience with Farm Bureau, because you're fairly new to the Iredell County, the Statesville area,
Yeah,
right?
this is my 3rd year in Statesville, so I'm originally from Davie County, so I'm kind of an outsider a little bit, but
No,
Yeah.
Davie County's just right across the way.
right across the border, right?
That's right.
Yeah, but no, it's been very welcoming. I'm just trying to get more ingrained in the community and get to know as many people as I can.
Right.
Aim that mic a little bit down there, closer to you. There you go.
A little closer, better.
So, Farm Bureau, our good friends at Farm Bureau, which is on 21.
Yes, sir.
I always talk when the guys come. I was like, "You built that place," and I was like, "There was nothing out there. Why in the world did you go so far out of town to build your building?" Now it's just nuts.
Yeah.
So what kind of insurance do you do?
So I do over 20 lines of insurance, but mostly home, auto, life, business, and medical. So those are my main ones that I focus on.
And used to it was called Farm Bureau, so we thought, oh, this is for farmers only,
I still get that all the time.
but not, right?
No, not necessarily. We're just we originally came about in the 50s because farmers weren't getting any representation. They couldn't make it out to the city, so they got together and made their own thing to where they could all support each other. And we're proud of that. We try to take care of our farmers in the community as much as possible.
Well, we've got plenty of them here, and they probably, get their hand caught in some machinery. They'll need therapy.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to go that way. I was just.
They'll go to see his mom.
There you go. There you go.
So, what made you choose Farm Bureau to be a part of instead of any other insurance agency?
Well, so I was working construction while I was in college, and my father-in-law actually ended up being the one who renovated the new building, and I just graduated, and I was getting kind of tired of working 70, 80-hour weeks, So not that I still don't, but don't tell my manager. But
Right.
yeah, he asked my father-in-law if he knew any young guys wanting to make a switch. I was 20 at the time, so yeah, I was very fortunate to be in a good situation that worked out.
So, how old are you now?
24.
Wow. You're so old and wise.
We've got so many wonderful young professionals in our area that we really do. So that's great. That's great. And that they see Iredell County as an area that they want to kind of, direct their business to, or they may want to live in, raise their kids. So that's really cool.
So you don't do health insurance?
I do health insurance.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Ooh. What are your current rates? I'm just
We can talk after.
health insurance is kind of nuts.
Yeah, it is.
At least for me, because no, I'm on Medicare now.
You're of the age.
I'm of age. I really could qualify for Medicaid because I'm in radio, but that's another story. So, you guys deal with insurance, right? With medical insurance
Yes.
every day. So, what are getting you two together there? What are the things about medical insurance that?
We could probably sit and talk about our woes and challenges and
Yeah.
cry together.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I like the fact that it's Farm Bureau and it's a big company, but it's not like these huge, gargantuan companies
Yep.
that you're a number. I'm sorry, we just can't serve you at the
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Your wait time is 1 hour and 52 minutes.
Yeah.
And so then you get back, you do auto
I do.
and home
Yep.
and then life.
Yep. And business, farm, boat. Yeah. There's
Business insurance.
It's easier for me to say what I don't do, honestly. Yeah.
That's right.
But we do.
Do you have a particular one that you like?
I like life insurance the most. Yeah.
Well, there's so many different ones you can get. I have a life insurance policy that I got way back. And, you're supposed to get into this where it's just you pay this same rate for the rest of your life. Then all of a sudden, they come back and they say, we need to make an adjustment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yours is, if I sign up for a $100,000 life insurance policy, but there's all different kinds, right?
There is. Yeah.
Term, whole, universal. There's other. I can't forget what the other ones are. So anyway, there's a bunch.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, and I like it because it's personalized. So, I mean, not everyone's situation's the same, and I always just, you got to protect your most important asset, which is yourself and your family. And
So you're 24.
I am.
And would you? And I'm sure 24-year-olds are not thinking about life insurance.
a lot of them aren't. No.
So should they be?
Yes, absolutely.
Because
Because it's cheap, and it's a lot easier to get in when you're younger than when you're older and you have health problems. So
that's fact.
it's a lot easier. So I mean, I think it's just something a lot of people aren't educated on. They have a lot of false, ideas about it and everything, and it can be what you want it to be. Is what I tell people. So it's not just one set thing. So that's why I like it too. Just getting to meet with people's families and see what their situation is specifically.
And I would assume a young family with children, a couple with children, you'd really want to have some
Absolutely.
some sort of insurance. And at one time, I had an aunt who took out insurance policies on all of the children. She never had children, but she took out insurance. Do people still do things
Absolutely.
like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So you could take out an insurance policy on, your kids are old.
Older.
Do you have really young ones? You do.
I have 2 and 4. Yeah.
2 and 4. So could I buy an insurance policy for those two?
I mean, you have to have some type of guardianship or relation to them or something. But yeah,
Let's get together.
Yeah,
have a good
grandparent and uncle.
Yeah,
or
so-
cousin.
There's your new uncle.
Uncle Billy's coming over.
Yeah.
But I mean, actually, it was a cool thing because when we got of age, I didn't know it, and it was a little $5,000 policy. I say little $5,000. That's big time still. But we were able to cash it in and use the money.
Yeah.
It came in very handy.
Absolutely.
You might want to speak to your siblings about that. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's pretty cool. And then of course you got auto insurance, which in North Carolina is what is it? Uninsured.
Yeah.
The uninsured motorist.
Yep. Uninsured, underinsured.
That's no fun.
No.
But how are rates these days?
I mean, we're still competitive. We're one of the number 1 ranked company in the nation as a one-state operation for claim handling and customer service. So
Really?
we do pride ourselves on that. Yeah, we're going against big national carriers, Nationwide, State Farm, all of them, and we're still doing better. So I mean, it's definitely one of our things we're very proud of, and we try to take care of our people.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do we get in touch with you in particular?
Hey, give me a call or come by the office off Turnersburg Highway.
What's your number?
336-909-1679.
Oh, you went too fast.
Billy's writing.
336
909
909
1679.
1679.
That's my personal. I probably shouldn't give that out.
Oh my
but,
gosh.
Hey, it's all good.
Who's out there now? Again, that's
Hungry young
Marcus
professional.
Erlinson at Farm Bureau. That's the
That's
number.
the one you want. That's
Oh
right.
yeah, give me a call.
Farm Bureau Insurance, Highway 21, Turnersburg Highway in
Yeah.
beautiful Statesville. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank
Good
you.
luck over there.
Thank you. I appreciate
Kristen,
All right.
Sam, where can folks get a hold of you or learn more about Endeavors? What's your website? Or
Our website is www.endeavorspts.com.
okay,
Spelled ENDEAVORS. Because sometimes people are a little
That's right.
confused.
That's it.
Our office number is 704-775-4660.
Do it again.
704-775-4660.
Gotcha. And if you go
Awesome.
to if you take your kids to your pediatrician, I guess mention that if they're having some difficulty that
Absolutely. And I can say the physicians in Iredell County, I thank you. If any of you are listening, thank you for entrusting us with your patients. Thank you for your referrals. Thank you for everything. That it means so much to all of us. We, in the past 3 months, have almost doubled the amount of referrals that come in per month.
wow.
And
That's
that
great.
is a little overwhelming sometimes when you look at the numbers, but like I always tell the team, it's a good problem. It's a beautiful problem. It means we're helping more kids. So to every pediatrician and physician's office out there, thank you so much for entrusting us. It means the world to all of us. So thank you.
That's great. That's great.
Have anything to bring up before we leave?
A couple of things. Our Leadership Statesville applications are due August 16th. So by
You need
the
to
end
do
of
that.
this week,
I've done it.
It's a great program. You get to learn so much about Iredell County, but it is leadership and development, and you work alongside, 24 other people that you really kind of grow a bond with. So it's a great program.
Definitely do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. August 19th, we have Ted Budd in town, U.S. Senator Ted Budd. He's going to be at our business advocacy luncheon, so that you can find that information on our website on the calendar. And then August 20th, we're launching a small business series that's going to run through May. We'll have 6 different topics. August 20th is that kickoff, kind of introducing you to City of Statesville, Iredell County, Economic Development, Small Business Center at Mitchell Community College, kind of giving you some ideas of what's going on and the resources that are available to you. And then the additional topics throughout the series, those are topics that put out a surveyed our small businesses, looking for ways to support small businesses. What were some of their needs? Some of the things that you thought would come back would be like, I need help building a website or e-commerce or any, those types of things. Really what we heard was hiring and managing a team, right? Time management, those are big. Annual budgeting, how to scale your business. So we're bringing in expert facilitators to those specific topics. We'll have roundtable discussions. It's just a great opportunity to meet other businesses in the area, get some great information, see what other resources are out there for you. And so that's on our website also.
What if you're 30 minutes late because it starts at 9:30 and some of us are not off until 10?
Well,
Just
I'll
asking.
save that person a seat in the back.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That's where I sit in church. I sit in the very back. So-
And then I have to mention also that, we'll have our next Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 on September 6th. We also postponed our Kids Biz Expo from this past August rain date, because it was a soaker.
Yeah, it
so
was.
Our Kids Biz Expo will be on September 6th also. We have Camel City Yacht Club. That's the band, so it's Yacht Rock. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. It's smooth rock of the 70s and 80s, right?
Oh, okay.
So thanks to all of our sponsors for that event, Piedmont Healthcare, Doosan Bobcat, Flow Automotive, New Images, Denso. We've got a great bunch of sponsors.
There's a bunch, yes.
So, yeah,
Sounds good.
it's going to be fun.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thanks, Billy.
All right.
Thanks to our guest as well. Come
Thank
on.
you guys for having us.
Appreciate it. Good to see you. All right. It's 12 minutes until 10 o'clock.
Could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. Or how much easier it is to move mountains of soil with the 1 Series tractor. We could even go into detail about how it feels to tow up to 4,000